listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV network. Now, the largest new media platform on the web and your number one source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Gene Johnson.
The AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California. Presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AFTERBUZZ TV's Ravenswood After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's Ravenswood After Show.
Hello, everyone. I was like, what is this song? Welcome to, it's creepy, see? Welcome to another Ravenswood After Show. We are in season 1. This is the season finale, My Haunted Heart, and it sounds like Max is singing in my ear right now.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds
I know what
like.
the song is. I like it.
I am your host, Kelly. It feels good to be back. I've been out for a while, so hello, everyone. And hanging out with me today,
Sarah Giraud.
and we have a newbie joining us tonight.
Yay! We're so excited!
Hey everybody, I'm Francisco Thurston.
Hello. This song is pretty awesome.
I
I
like
want to
it.
do like a contemporary dance to it.
It's
I'm
from
totally
the episode, guys.
Yeah, no, and I'm totally picturing the little like red coat chick
Yeah.
Red
Creepy.
coat.
with the ice cream.
Oh, God. I'm
Real
never
creepy.
eating soft serve ice cream again.
I can't have soft serve. I'm lactose
You don't like
intolerant.
spiders with your soft serve?
That's
All right.
a whole nother problem.
A lot of stuff happens in this episode tonight.
Oh.
I must say, I'm still a little bit confused about the whole, just kind of the whole origin of this curse and
Yeah.
how people can swap each other out and like all of these things. But I feel like we did get some answers and some clarifications to certain things tonight.
Yeah.
And Hanna returned.
Boom,
Yay!
chakalaka, boom.
Yes. So one of the big things in the beginning of the episode is we see Hanna. She kind of comes in and surprises Caleb. And surprised he is.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a big surprise.
That was a good one.
Yeah, and she meets his friends at the coffee shop. Now my question is, how did she know where to find him?
Yeah. I think that's
good old
just
question.
TV magic. I don't know who TJ is.
Now
TV
it's a
magic.
small town. There's probably like
Oh,
Rosewood.
yeah.
There's like one coffee shop.
Yeah, she's just like,
True.
where's Caleb? And they're like, oh, he's over there.
Yeah.
She just
yeah.
showed up all confident, like,
Yeah.
hey.
Yeah, and he's like, why didn't you call me? Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, thanks for the heads up.
That awkward moment when your ex or shows up and you're like, hey.
Oh.
Wasn't expecting you here.
I know.
I would have like spit my coffee out like, whoa.
Well, you see how like Luke describes it later. Like the whole
Yeah.
point of like leaving you behind is to stay behind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you don't come back.
Oh my
Aw.
God.
I love that Remy was like, she's pretty.
Yeah.
Oh god. The shade.
But it was nice to see her come back and for their interaction, and she got she got some answers
Closure.
to little. Well, I don't know if it was necessarily that. I think
Yeah.
it kind of opened up more questions for her.
I
but
think she's really confused now.
yeah, but at least she
So-
got something, and I think she feels like no matter how hard it is to believe, that I don't think she feels like he's lying to her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Either
Well-
he's just really nuts or there's really something going on.
Yeah,
here.
I think that's what I mean by closure. Like I felt like she felt like Caleb was cheating on her and fell in love with Miranda, and that's why he left. So closure in
Yeah.
the fact that she knows that he didn't break up with her because of Miranda is the fact that because of Miranda, but not because he was seeing her.
Right.
Yeah.
But even though that kind of was the reason.
Yeah, true.
Because I think it was a little bit of both for him
Yeah.
because, we got the whole past life situation going on and
Yeah.
those old feelings. And so it's a struggle for him, too. And, we saw, and you had said when we were watching it, Hannah's kind of like angry because she was ready to go get her man back.
Ready to-
She was ready to, she wanted to get in a fight with Miranda. Like, she was ready to have it out.
Aggressive.
And I mean, how did, can you imagine, like, going ready to, talk smack to somebody and you find out
Like,
the person actually,
she's
like,
dead.
passed away? Like,
You're like, no, I really wanted to beat her up.
Actually, I wanted to help her.
Bipolar Hannah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I can't imagine that roller coaster that she was on.
No, I mean, that's got to be like, I mean, how often does something like that happen?
Yeah.
You know, that's, and she doesn't even know the whole story. Like, at this point, she doesn't know about the accident that, you know, Caleb could have actually died in that accident too. Like, she doesn't know to the extreme of all of this. Like, she just knows, like, the basics that, I mean, this is basically what she knows. She knows that Miranda's dead, but she's not gone, and Caleb can see her.
Yeah.
You know, it's a
Caleb
lot.
is just very aloof and just very, like, not telling anything, really.
Yeah, it's like she's having to pull this out of him.
That's frustrating.
That in itself is frustrating. But I mean, I get it. It's like, you know, who's gonna really believe these things unless they see them?
Mm-hmm.
So for him to kind of open up that way, you know, it was some pretty powerful stuff because it's not, you know, easy to do that. So, and he wants to try to keep her safe at the same time. But, you know, Hannah's her own person. She's stubborn. She's gonna do what she wants to do.
Yeah.
Well, we know this.
And
She showed up in Ravenswood.
Yeah, so we saw that happen like a couple of times. And she wanted to give up pretty quickly, but then she runs into Mrs. Grunwald at the coffee shop.
Yeah.
And that was a little bit of an interesting conversation.
That was weird because I felt like Grunwald was almost being nice and caring, but I think there was something more than that going on.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
I thought the same thing, too, because she wanted her back at the house.
Yeah.
Maybe it was a way to keep her safe.
Maybe.
Because Miss Grunwald lives in the mansion with Collins, right?
Yeah.
So I felt like maybe we find out in the episode that Collins is, you know, whatever we'll talk about later. But
Yeah.
I feel like it's a way to keep Hanna safe.
Maybe. Well, she
Yeah.
does say that it's, you know, I know that your first experience wasn't the best, but it's different in the daytime. So there wasn't an, you know, kind of ulterior evil motive there.
Yeah.
But, and, you know, she says, you know, basically don't give up on him. Does, you know, what you guys have, doesn't it deserve more than just one afternoon?
Yeah.
Think about what you're doing.
Wise words from the old woman.
Yes, very
Mrs.
wise
Grunwald,
words.
thank you, Miss Grunwald.
Yes.
Yes.
But then we also see that Hanna, you know, going kind of back to Pretty Little Liars for a second, you know, Hanna thanks her for saving Allie's life,
Yeah.
which was kind of an interesting thing. I mean, they don't really get into it, so I wonder if that's going to kind of come into play since that was mentioned on this show. If they end up getting, you know, picked up again for another season, if we'll go back to that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. But then, of course, what does Hanna do? What is the first thing everybody wants to do in this creepy house when they go over there?
Take a shower.
Not even a shower. They want to take a bath.
A bath, my bad.
In the creepy quad bathtub. God, that's like the #1 rule in all horror movies. Do
Don't
not
take a
take a bath.
I
Or
know.
walk around naked, and she did both. So she's fired.
She's dead. I think, honestly, this is kind of like, I hate taking baths. I think it's really nasty to take a bath. You sit
Especially
there.
in a bathtub that you don't know.
Right.
Like how, okay, would you like to take a bath in the same bathtub that Collins or Grunwald took a bath in?
No.
I don't think so.
You sit there and everyone else is.
She's like, I scrubbed it with bleach first.
Baths are not good.
She was relaxing. It was bubble bath.
Yeah.
So it's very
She's
romantic.
sitting in soap.
Yeah.
She looked real rough from her ride from Rosewood to Ravenswood.
Yeah.
So that bath was not clean no matter how much bubbles she had in there.
We also see, you know, after her talk with Grandma, she goes back to find Caleb, and she finds him in the park, and they're sitting there talking, and you know, he goes to make a call and kind of walks away, and we see the little creepy kid, Max, come up and talk to Hanna and
You
try
guys
to
hear
take
that?
her away.
I was like, "Ee."
So Max comes up and tries to talk to Hanna. Caleb sees, he notices that she's gone, sees her walking away.
Yeah.
Now my question was, and maybe he didn't want to frighten Hanna, but why didn't he like yell for Hanna?
You had to like run.
Like he
down.
like ran all the way up to he didn't try to call her name. He didn't like anything. He just like ran.
Yeah.
to her.
And I feel like he could have hustled a little more. He was doing like a sexy jog. His hair was like tousling. He really needed to hustle.
But if so we know that she's a bad spirit, this kid.
Yeah.
So can everyone see her?
I thought that was not true. I thought that only certain people could see them. I thought it was like the 5, and then also the Pretty Little Liars can see them too.
But somebody had to give her the ice cream.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if everyone can see her when she wants them to.
That's what I was gonna say. I think
Yeah.
it's a special power.
There's 2 of them, though. The little girls.
Yeah, but we haven't seen the other one.
Right.
We haven't seen the other one since the Halloween episode, or am I wrong?
Yeah, you're correct.
We've only seen that we saw the 2 of them then.
Maybe
but we
one's
haven't-
alive and the other one's dead. I don't know. Maybe she was like, you want to come see my
That's
friends?
so true. I bet you one of
Maybe.
them's dead, and that's the one that people can't see.
But this one is not this one turned her head in circles.
This one did? Oh, yeah, you're
Remember?
right.
She, like, did the whole
But maybe
exorcist
that was the
spin.
other
In this
one, and we don't
episode?
know.
No, because they're not twins.
Oh.
No, they're not twins.
When she was at the ice cream, cart, wow, she looked real. She didn't look ghostly at the ice
well,
cream
that's what I'm
cart.
saying. Like, I'm
Yeah.
wondering if she can show herself.
Unless the ice cream cart man was a ghost, too, and that's why you can see her.
oh gosh.
There's
I
too
don't know.
many options here.
I don't know. I don't want to get like too far off on that. I had thought that not everybody could see her, but apparently I think that they can.
I feel like maybe
Yeah.
Caleb didn't run towards her because he didn't want to, like, maybe the little girl had bad intentions. She didn't want the ghost to pull her away and do something crazy.
yeah.
There's definitely was probably a method to why he did
Yeah.
that. I was just
Didn't want to spook the ghost.
Yeah. Well, the last time, the ghost was trying to take Miranda off into a bad place.
Yeah.
So, I think he was trying to proceed with caution. What did he call her? The Moppet from hell?
Yeah.
Max the Moppet from hell.
That's the Muppet.
I love that.
That is one creepy little kid.
Yeah. That's someone's little girl you're talking about. Just kidding.
That mother is real angry right now.
I know.
That's the point. Good acting.
Yes, yes. And then Hanna being stubborn, she's like, don't treat me like I'm an idiot. And she
Yeah.
goes back looking for this kid.
Like, you are an idiot, though.
But then we see that the little girl is gone, but then it's replaced with the crazy spider lady,
Yeah.
which is creepy. Eating ice cream.
Oh, yeah.
See that? And there we go. Another
Okay,
confusing
and
thing.
But then again, like, how does she get the ice cream? I mean, but then we never actually see them interact with the ice cream person.
right.
Yeah.
So maybe they just get their own.
Yeah. It's ghost ice
So
cream.
many things about that scene that's just so like.
Wait a second. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just like, that's my hand.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did you just have an epiphany over there?
I did. Okay. Remember? Oh, okay. Last week, Miranda told Caleb to stop drinking juice in front of him because it was her favorite juice and she can't drink juice anymore. How are they eating ice cream?
But they're evil spirits. They probably have way more powers
So
than
they
she
can
does.
they can eat junk food. And
Well,
There's
maybe.
so many.
Well, she's able to change her clothes, so there's things we just cannot
Yeah.
explain.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and then the other thing I was gonna say, I had 2 epiphanies at the same time. It was like really, really exhausting for me. Okay, when we saw what's his name, the creepy guy with the hat,
Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba.
yeah, like
Hold on, I have it in my notes.
I want to say
Abaddon.
Abaddon. Yeah,
Abaddon.
I was gonna say Adenon, but that's not right.
Adnan.
Abaddon. Okay, the spider lady turned into Abaddon.
Shapeshifter.
He's
Yeah,
a shapeshifter. He can be
shapeshifter.
everything then.
So
Maybe he's the kid.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Mm,
There's not a team. It's just one crazy person.
Could be.
Not person, ghost.
And that's where that shapeshifter follows Dillon in the end.
like runs out of the.
He's like, I can help you.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yes, yes, that could be it. Okay, so before we get to that, let's
Sorry.
back up. Let's
It
back
was
up
there,
a
so I
little.
had to.
Yeah.
Let's back up a little. Okay.
Yeah.
So we also know that, in the last episode, Remy saw this ghost with bloody eyes.
Yeah.
And she's been trying to find him, find out who he is. And, she finally recognizes him. And then Olivia realizes that she saw him in the lab back at school when she had seen that woman ghost whom I can't remember.
Yeah.
That was at her dad's grave.
Yes.
And now they're thinking, well, maybe it was him that was actually showing them this vision and not
Yeah.
necessarily the woman. And they, he was blind, so he's just showing them things that happened in the past.
Yeah.
So she wants to know what happened to her dad, so they all go to his office and are hoping they can get some answers.
So sad.
Such a sad scene.
And they
Yeah.
wait, they wait there. We think nothing's going to happen. And lo and behold, right before they're going to leave, there's Ryan.
Yeah.
And
creepy.
she it's kind of one of those be careful what you wish for kind of things,
Yeah.
and she gets the reenactment of what really happened to her father, and how devastating to find out that your boyfriend killed him.
Yeah. So the person that you're you're supposed to trust. She's been trusting him this whole time. Like, sitting in the same room with him is bad enough. Being there, the significant other to the person who killed your dad. I can't
And
imagine.
we see everything, that he had the mother's coat, he put the knife in it with the gloves. So we see that he didn't touch
all
anything
planned.
except he knocked it over a book on the floor and picked it up with his bare hand, and there's a handprint there.
Don't touch anything
So-
if you're at a crime scene.
Don't.
Yeah.
No, but then Remy, as soon as they, come out of it, the first thing she does,
look at this.
puts her fingerprints all over the
Like, does somebody have an ink pad so I can put my fingerprints all over it?
Don't touch it. You guys need to watch more, what do you call it?
CSI.
Forensic Files.
Be like more like
CSI.
Hanna and read a couple books.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Smart
Pretty
cookie.
soon we're gonna see Hannah with little baggies in her pocket, picking up evidence bags.
That would be awesome.
So, obviously they're, Luke and Olivia are really upset, and Luke, as we know, already kind of figured out that Dillon was on the bad side.
Yeah.
And now everybody kind of gets to see, with the exception of Caleb, and they are trying to, contact the police, reopen the investigation, see what's going to happen there. And nothing really comes of that in this episode, so we don't really see kind of anything else that happened with that. But hopefully it'll help get their mother freed and, help with that and kind of get their family back together. So that's, that's going to be interesting to see. And they all... trying to think what else happened now.
Use your words.
I know, I can't speak now. I'm now that we're thinking the shapeshifters, all three characters, I'm thinking about that now. The creepy kid was always around. Oh no, so he was trying to take Hanna to swap out for who?
Oh.
That's now I'm thinking all these things now.
Wait, what?
Okay, that's what I was thinking in the scene where they were led to the chapel. He's like, I'm short one person. Who's it going to be? And I was like, not Hanna.
Yeah.
It's like, that is exactly what we didn't want to happen. I didn't expect what actually happened to happen.
Yeah, I didn't really think that was going to happen, because then Pretty Little Liars would have to.
Right. Yeah. No. But I don't know. But that's.
But I feel you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Not
that's,
Hanna.
That's what I'm thinking. Maybe that there was something there. But I'm really glad. Let's just talk about the end. Let's just talk about it, because we keep talking about
We
it.
just can't help it. It's
I know.
too good.
It was good. It was really good. There was some big revelations in this episode.
Yeah.
A lot of the big questions that we had: are they going to find out about Dillon and his evil ways? Yes. In a very big way. They actually got to see him in the act, which is really not something that we get to see in the shows, which makes this such a more more compelling situation, because you see him commit the act. I mean, can you imagine just kind of watching it happen, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. There's it has to be so many emotions kind of going on there with those characters. And now Olivia is on she wants to kill him herself.
Yeah. I would.
Oh, yeah.
I would too, absolutely. That's such a horrible thing to not only have to go through, but then to have to see actually happen.
Yeah, and if she only knew that he switched her out, she was supposed to be completely safe, and he put her in danger.
Yeah, on purpose to save himself.
Yeah.
So that, and that's a whole other thing.
Yeah.
But then after that, the questions that we had about Collins, as soon as, so after they find out about Dillon, and obviously he's got, the evil powers working on his side, so he realizes that they're being shown all of these things by someone, and they're getting closer to the truth. So he's got to start trying to get them all back together so this curse can be fulfilled once and for all. So he goes to Remy first, and, knocks her out, kidnaps her, takes her to that creepy chapel.
Oh my gosh.
And that's when they all kind of get together at this place. But it's just so it's just so crazy, because okay, so we find out. I know, it's I need a diagram. We need we need one of those bulletin boards they have at the police station.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, with all the strings that go everywhere. I'm telling
That
you,
would really
there's-
help.
I really am trying to form thoughts,
That
and
last
it's
scene
really
was a lot
hard.
to
It was
take
so
in.
many
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
You guys need to help me out here.
It was very abrupt because it was a very short season. And we got all of this information
in one episode.
Yeah.
It was a lot to take in.
So I feel,
okay, so we find out that the Collins have always just kind of been in the middle of it, is what I was trying to get at. So they've always been kind of not really bad, not necessarily good, but just kind of like stuck in the middle.
Yeah.
Kind of holding the souls, keeping them there.
He's been scared of Abaddon.
Abaddon.
It's kind of like Abacadabra, but not.
Abaddon.
That's how you remember.
He's been scared of Abaddon.
Yes,
because he says that.
Yes.
Yeah.
But we also know that Miranda's mother tried to break the curse and then she died. He tried to also, in a way, break it by sending Miranda away and turning his back on her and making her feel unwanted so she would be safe.
And Liv and Luke's dad tried to break it as well.
Yeah.
Right, and then they all ended up dead.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
They all dead. Did you hear that?
They all dead. They all dead.
They all dead. Oh, wow.
But we see kind of a more emotional, personable side of this character that we haven't seen him. He's always just been the creepy Undertaker.
My dreams have come true.
He's not the bad guy.
Yeah.
Not necessarily.
Well, we don't know that for sure. Yeah, you're right.
Right, but at least not for now. You know, for now he's not. But there's still some other spirits going on in that house that we still haven't got answers to.
Yeah.
You know, the ones that, you know, Grumwald talks to, but that's a whole other
There's
thing.
a lot of stuff that's left to just be questioned until like you're like, where are they gonna go with all of these extra things? Because they
there's so many places. There's so many places they can take it, which makes it so fun.
Which is why we need a board with strings.
I'm telling you, next season that's what we're gonna have. We're gonna have our cop board. We're gonna have our crime scene board.
That would be so cool. Maybe we
we're
could
gonna
just like draw on this with
We're gonna do
markers.
something. We're gonna have to figure that out because I need pictures. I need pictures.
Yeah.
I need how one goes into the other. I need the strings going back and forth.
That'd be
Like,
really cool.
There's too much craziness going on here.
There's a lot.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
So
Back to Ravenswood.
So we find out Dillon's a bad guy. Collins isn't necessarily a bad guy. And we need all fives together to die at the same time to fulfill the curse. Which is something I didn't realize needed to happen.
Yeah, me neither.
I thought it could be one-offs, kind of like Final Destination.
Yeah.
But no.
you need all five at the same time.
All five at the same time.
That's pretty tough.
Yeah.
How do you get 5 people?
in one room. Well, I mean, they're all
What
friends.
if they're
so.
not even? What if they weren't friends? Because in previous curse fulfillments
But I thought they all were friends, though, always.
before,
Because even
It
when they
looks like
found the
it.
newspaper clipping of the Ryan
yeah,
kid,
you're
it was
right.
like him and 4 friends.
God, that sucks. So just don't have any friends and you're safe.
Yeah, be a loner.
loner.
And
Yeah.
go to school and get good grades and
Yeah.
just
Don't do drugs.
Don't do drugs.
Yeah.
You'll be good.
So they all go trying to find Remy. She's, you know, trapped with Dillon at this creepy church. Chapel, whatever it is. And all of them are there. And, that, you know, as soon as I saw them all together, I was like, first thing I thought, now you're going to all die together because
Yeah.
you're
Right.
all together. Good job, kids.
Yeah.
But the interesting twist was that he would have to bring Miranda back to life in order to fulfill
And then
it.
kill her again.
And then kill her again.
That's
so
so
mean.
devastating.
What kind of cruel punishment is that?
Terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible, terrible.
Ugh.
And they don't know. They just want her to come back to life. So they're kind of like going with it.
Yeah.
And then luckily Collins comes in and, kind of saves them.
And he releases the Kraken.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, that's exactly what he did.
Yeah.
And who does he release?
But
Caleb.
original Caleb.
Original Caleb.
I thought Yabba Dabba Dooba was. Sorry. I thought he was trying to do something nice. He was like, "Well, she doesn't have to be dead."
Of course he wasn't.
I was like, but I thought he was trying to do something nice. and
No,
bring her
remember he
back.
said, I'm not trying to make a bargain.
Yeah, I know.
Because they thought she'd like, okay, well, what do you want in
I was
return?
hopeful.
And he's like, no, I'm
At
not trying to
first.
bargain with you.
That would have totally flipped the story out so crazy, though, if Miranda came back to life.
I'm so glad she didn't, actually.
Yes,
Yeah.
because
It would have, like, made me mad
It
if
would
she
have
did.
cheesified it
Yeah.
to a level I can't even explain. And it also would have really pissed me off, the whole Caleb, Hanna, Miranda.
yeah, because that would
Well,
have
at least
somewhere.
now, hey,
Yeah.
they each get their own Caleb.
Yeah, that's what I'm really
There's
happy
enough
about
Caleb
this.
to go around for everyone.
There's
Now,
more than one.
could I get one of those?
Well,
Maybe.
But it was real life one.
It was a really touching moment. But the interesting thing is what Colin said when he did release him. He said they're more powerful together than you are. You need the evilness of this place in order to fulfill your curse.
So is that where he needed to kill them, in that chapel?
But he needed to kill them there because he was too weak to do it elsewhere. So he needed the power from that place in order to do it. And so when he, when Colin threatens to release Caleb, the original Caleb.
Yeah.
That's when, because remember he set the fire, he was going to bring her back to life, and then he kind of lets her go, and that's when he takes off.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Dillon ran off too.
After, kind of, apparently, if we're going to make the connection that he's a shapeshifter into all three characters, then he runs and chases Dillon and chases him right onto a train track. So
convenient.
Yeah, let me save you.
I think the assumption is true because he keeps talking to that little girl as if, he's reporting to that little girl. He's like, I'm sorry, I did what I had to do, and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, but at one point, too, he said the little girl says he's going to be mad.
Oh,
You know what he wants. So but maybe. Maybe, he's just morphing into these different people. Doesn't necessarily mean,
I keep thinking that Dillon doesn't want to do the bad things, but he's being forced to, or else he's kind of like possessed.
Yeah, but that's the bad thing, is like he's going to die anyway, which, we don't know for sure. We know that he, was supposed to have been taken to safety to help, get away.
Yeah.
But then was thrown on the train tracks and didn't seem to be able to get off in time. But, we don't
Who knows? Watch him come back as a ghost now.
Could be. I don't know.
But
the sign of a raven is death. So they showed those ravens when he died. Or died.
Yeah. Well, maybe he'll, there's a lot of different places it could go, but wouldn't it be kind of cool if he came back and is the one to help break the curse?
That's what I was thinking.
Wow.
Yeah.
Kind of like flipping the script on this dude.
Yeah.
That'd be crazy. That would be like really hard as the actor to go from this like evil possessed guy to be like nice again.
Well, to have to convince everybody too that you're nice again. Like that would be the challenge. That would be the challenge. And especially, I don't know.
Twists and turns. I like
because of after everything he did, murdering the dad and all these things. Can he come back from that?
No.
And how do you prove that that wasn't your what you wanted to do?
Right.
Like, I just did it because that ghost man told me to.
Yeah. I don't
Even
know.
if someone told me that, I'd be like, no, you still killed my dad.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think there's any forgiving there.
No,
and I would karate chop them across the face. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. But then the touching moment with Miranda.
I saw that coming.
Well, even before that, when I know we're kind of jumping all over the place, guys. I'm really sorry, but there was so much that happened in this episode.
Excited.
Watching Ravenswood is like doing cardio. There's a lot.
It's like boom, boom. But let's go back to Hanna and kind of her one-on-one with Miranda. Because there was a hashtag that was up on screen as we were watching, and it was like poor Miranda. And I know we were debating that, and why was it poor Miranda? At that point, it's kind of like poor Hanna.
Yeah.
It's like, this guy just broke up with me to hang out, over here with some other
girl,
entity, person, whatever it is.
Is dead.
Who is dead?
You get dumped for a dead girl. That's pretty hard to handle.
That's a lot to take in.
It's one thing to get dumped, and then they're seeing a dead girl. Yeah, that's hard.
Poor Hanna. She's talking, she's talking out loud. She's having a whole conversation, with Miranda. And at one point I thought she could hear her when she answered. She kind of had this reaction, but I guess not.
I think it was like a psychic intuition weird connection.
Could have been.
Because they were totally having a conversation, but I think it was just
she was kind of
she couldn't hear. Yeah, she couldn't hear her, but
Hannah's really crazy this episode. She's talking out loud to dead people. She's really aggressive.
Yeah, she was really aggressive.
Shows up out of nowhere. Girl.
Things are tough in Rosewood. She has had enough.
Yeah.
She's going off the wall.
Yeah, I guess I would be a little crazy too if I had to deal with Rosewood and Ravenswood. I'd be talking to myself. And my hair would be messed up. Yeah. I probably wouldn't even wear makeup, so.
She's got a lot to deal with, and with all this new information that she got here, all she wanted to do was take a bath. Caleb makes her get out of the tub and then ditches her.
Disappear.
I picture her running around, holding her towel up, and she's like, oh my god, I'm scared. There's ghosts, it's dark, where's the light switch? Freaking out.
Poor Hanna.
But he's like, get out of Hanna, you must get out of the tub now. And then she's like, fine. And then he's like, oh, wait, gotta go.
Just never comes back either.
I know. The next thing we see is that she's leaving and she's like fully dressed at the car.
Yeah. Why didn't she call him and say like, "Hey, bro, where the hell, excuse my language, did you go?"
Yeah.
But that was pretty funny. Like, if he's so concerned about her drowning in the tub, it's like...
At least you got her out, because something creepy was going on. Did you hear the curtains?
Yeah, the curtain. Then we see the spider.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's definitely something about to happen for sure.
It's a good thing she got out of there.
Yeah. But then you never know. He wasn't there. She could have got right back in.
Yeah, I would have. Stupid boyfriends.
Hanna never escapes the bad stuff, I swear.
Yeah.
No. Well, luckily we didn't see her, anything too crazy happen to her. But, they have a really nice moment at the end where she leaves and... he's going to stay there. And it's kind of like that's where the kind of like closure I can see what kind of came in. And, she's like, I don't know what to believe, but, I feel like, I kind of get it, I guess.
Yeah.
But they share a lovely moment. And then we see Miranda watching. And at that point, I was like, okay, there's poor Miranda. But I don't think like at the other spot.
Yeah, that was actually really sad.
Yeah.
That's what I said. That's hashtag poor Miranda.
Yeah, that's
definitely.
the hashtag poor Miranda.
I think maybe it was just a misplacement. They meant to put it there. And
it just seems like it would have
the
been
CG
like
guy screwed up.
Seems like a better fit for this for this part of the episode. Well, then we see her kind of go back to the to the bench by the tree, and then original Caleb shows up.
Oh my god! It was such a Twilight Edward and Bella moment. I was like, I'm gonna cry right now.
It was such a touching moment. Like it really was, and I don't feel like it was too cheesy. I think it was nice.
It was really sweet.
It was
Sorry.
It was
Felt
really
like if she
sweet.
couldn't have
Softy.
Caleb in real life, there's a way to make it work
Yeah.
in the afterlife. Why not?
Yeah, and maybe she was actually meant to be with the original Caleb, not Caleb.
Maybe. I mean, isn't it all one and the same? But maybe.
Maybe. I don't know. I was looking
Because it seemed like when they were having the flashback, to me, at least what I got out of it, I don't know about you guys, but what I got was that she was remembering.
Really?
Like that she was kind of like remembering that past life, and kind of connecting with him. That's the way that I took it.
Maybe
I mean,
when you're a
ghost,
you can remember your previous lives.
Maybe.
Lives. God, I can't even talk now.
I know, we're like a mess right now. I can't even form.
They did.
You're leaving out words. I can't even form sentences. It's like good stuff. Abaddon is in here somewhere.
Yabba dabba.
Yeah. Abadabba correct.
Yabba dabba doo.
Oh no.
It was a really cute scene though.
Yeah.
That was really cute.
I loved it.
Yeah,
It's
it
like,
was
how
a
is
really
all
cute
that
scene.
going to play into the next season? That's crazy.
Well, they're going to bring back a third Caleb, and I'm going to be on the show. Surprise! And he's going to be my boyfriend.
Oh my gosh, that'd be
creepy.
a real twist.
Oh no. So do you think that we're gonna do you think that they're gonna come back? I mean, we don't know for sure yet if the show is coming back. I mean, hopefully we'll get to kind of see what happens and if they're able,
Well, based on their commercials on TV, when they're like, the hit show Ravenswood,
Yeah.
high ratings, blah blah blah. I can only imagine that Ravenwood's coming back for a second season.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we'll find out for sure pretty soon. It's good stuff. I wanna.
Or I don't know though, because if I swear the actors could chime in and see if they're filming I feel like they'd have to film a second season already if it was coming back. So who knows?
I don't know.
Because Pretty Little Liars is like on it. There's where filming schedule is just like constant.
But then ABC Family does do their weird like half seasons and different 10 episodes here, 15 episodes there. They kind of cut it up and move it around. So
I'm kind of assuming it will come back when Pretty Little Liars comes back. It'll be the same pairing, and it'll be nice.
We'll have to wait and find out.
Yeah, we will. Okay, so what's the verdict for real? Do we really think? I know we saw the Ravens and all that. We really think Dillon is gone.
I think he died.
I hope
You think
he
like
died.
dead, like gone, or
I think his
ghost?
his ghost is gonna be
Yeah.
there.
That's
sure.
my logical prediction. I think he's dead and his ghost is going to come back. But then I'm also a little bit concerned that he's not really dead and he's going to go do something bad.
I think his ghost can cause some havoc.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I think
want
he's gonna
his ghost
stay
to
a
be
bad
nice.
guy.
Yeah.
Bad guy.
What is wrong with us?
Bad guy. I think he's gonna stay that bad guy role. I almost said bad gay. Oh my god. I cannot bad guy role on Ravenswood.
Well, I think we have. I think we have an interview with him.
Yes.
That,
we do.
That we have some snippets to kind of see what his take on is on this season.
Let's
and
check it out.
Luke, who plays Dillon, I think we have a little video we can show.
Oh, awesome.
Ravenswood is another role that you've had recently, and as we mentioned, huge success coming off of Pretty Little Liars, the spinoff. Ashley Benson has been on several times, and she's going to be on the finale tonight of the first season. How's it been working with her?
It was awesome.
Yeah.
I didn't personally have any scenes with her, but I got to meet her and shake her hand and, see her interaction with the crew and with, the cast, and she's a sweet girl, so I whereas I didn't get to know her very well, I saw her, reputation, and, she has a good one in my book, so.
Yeah. How did you find out that you landed the role?
It was actually kind of, I originally went in and I tested for the character of Luke.
Okay.
And I was there with Brett, and obviously we didn't know each other back then. We were still just competitors. And, I got the feedback that they really liked me, but that they felt that I was too young looking to play Olivia's brother. And I was like, okay. And then about like a week later, they were like, hey, does Luke want to test for another character? It's just him right now. And if he comes in, he's the only one on our minds for it. And so I was like, sure. I thought I was too young, but yeah, let's go for it.
Yeah.
And so I went in and they told me that this character, is the boy next door, but he's gonna have a twist. And I was like, okay, I like this.
And
Awesome.
I was getting into it.
I know.
Totally into it.
Well, now we just have to get Luke to come back on and sit in with us for next season, or do some kind of, we're gonna have to work that out so we can get more tidbits from him and a recap of his character. Maybe he can give us the dirt and see kind of where his character is gonna go.
I like that.
Where he hopes it's gonna go.
I know where he hopes it's gonna go.
Yeah.
Kind of fun to come back as a ghost. I think that'd be kind of fun.
Yeah.
Like a fun thing. To
I've
play.
always kind of admired Miranda for being able to do the things that she does.
Yeah.
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 It's a different kind of a role to play to be a ghost.
I know. Yeah.
It's pretty cool. Anyway, I have some news and gossip that goes with this.
Let's do it.
AfterBuzz TV News.
Okay, so this interview was actually, triple
It's
time.
remix time.
I have an interview from socialite.com that is also with our lovely Luke that we just saw. And they asked him, do you think Dillon has any redeeming qualities despite having a dark side? And I thought, hey, how perfect is that? Because we've been talking about how creepy he is, and if he actually loves Olivia, or what's going on with that whole situation. So he said, definitely, I would say that Dillon genuinely loves Olivia, and that is the reason why he had to make her take his place. So that sacrifice to save his life really meant something. So we were just talking about this a few minutes ago. Like, wait, so he loved her. So he was the person that he had to sacrifice because it actually meant something. But that means he put the person that he loves in danger.
It's not a sacrifice. That was selfish.
Yeah. I
don't know if that's really a redeeming quality, because he didn't necessarily choose to go throw himself on the train tracks. So I don't really know.
Yeah.
I don't know what I think about that.
I mean, I see that the only reason that it would have been a sacrifice for him, because that's like the rule of the curse. You have to sacrifice something. So he had to love her in order to sacrifice her. So we know he can feel love, but sorry.
He sacrificed the future of their relationship to live.
Yeah,
Maybe that's what it is.
So not redeeming at all. It was
Yeah.
if anything, that was so selfish.
Yeah.
He's like, guess what, girl? You're gonna die.
Yeah. He's like, I don't want this high school relationship
I want to live instead, thanks.
Right. Sorry. Goodbye.
So I kind of see where he's coming from, but
Maybe. I don't know.
no
We're going to
thanks.
have to get more into that. We're going to have to kind of
The
like...
weakest link.
Yeah, that's what I was
have to
thinking.
get more into that and find out like what's really going on there.
And a little fun fact about Luke. If you could work with any actor or actors, who would you choose? And in the same vein, who have been some of your favorite to work with? And he said, it's a dream of mine to work with Leonardo DiCaprio.
Mm-hmm.
Me too. I think I would like to marry Leonardo DiCaprio. If you're listening, Leo.
If you like me, you should have put a ring on it.
Yeah. But he has been blessed to work with some great actors. Some of his favorites were Mel Gibson, Channing Tatum, and Jason Isaacs.
Good choices.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Not bad. Not too shabby.
If only, what's his name? The really hot old man actor. What's his name?
The
Which
really-
one?
There's a-
I shouldn't have brought it up.
Which one?
George Clooney.
Oh. You just called him an old man actor. How dare you? How dare
He's
you?
not that old, but I mean, like, for me, like,
Salt and pepper
he's
daddy.
He's out of my age range, but, like, if I was just, like, a couple years older, I'd be like,
You stop it right now.
You have to claw your way through a lot of women to get to him.
yeah, I don't want to deal with that.
Speaking of George Clooney, he said something funny today in the news. He said he'd never join Twitter because he drinks.
That is so true.
Just like off the topic, just something funny.
Stay away from Twitter when you're drunk.
Stay away from all social media.
All right, well, let's get into predictions. If Ravenswood is coming back, where do we want it to go?
Your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Oh my god.
So weird.
Okay, so I have two predictions,
Okay.
or hopes and dreams, because that's usually where I go with my predictions.
Okay.
So now that we have original Caleb's spirit out in the open with Miranda, I want them to have a happy, loving relationship, even though I know there's gonna be some weird twist and one of them's gonna get torn away from the other and something terrible is gonna happen. But I really like that happy little mushy moment that we had today. The other thing is what we just talked about. Luke, I think he's going to come back as a ghost, and there's going to be some twists.
Okay.
Could you imagine if original Miranda comes back?
Oh my god.
Bum, bum, bum.
What if
Oh my
that's
God,
like accidental?
catfight.
Ooh.
Ghost Miranda and original Miranda fight over original Caleb. There's so much.
Well, I'm interested to see if they're gonna have
so
like
cool.
the both Calebs in,
Oh, wow.
You know, like-
I think they're going to meet.
like all together.
Yeah.
Like they're all gonna like hang out together. Like what's gonna happen?
Hey, bro.
Hey, bro. Or like, is it like, hey, me? Like,
I mean, it's just
hey, you?
it's super interesting.
He's like,
gonna
hi, I'm
be-
Caleb. And he's like, I'm Caleb too. Oh, yeah, we're the same person.
Oh.
But now I thought it was, and maybe I just took it wrong in the very beginning. But did they? The way that I felt like they kind of positioned it was like relatives, like ancestors.
Yeah, I think that's what it
Not
is.
like a past life thing.
Yeah.
They
That's
just
what
happened
I
to
thought.
look a lot alike, but they were relatives.
Yeah.
Right?
So then that's
so
like-
aren't they technically two different people?
That's what I thought. But then that's really creepy that Miranda's now about to like be in love with
yeah, but then
Caleb's
like that doesn't
dad. Like, what?
No, but then that doesn't make sense because it's
Yeah.
like, but then that's why I was confused at the end of the episode today because when they have the flashback, it seemed to me like she was having that memory. So
Yeah.
maybe
It could-
it is kind of like the I don't know,
It
past
could be
life
either
thing.
way. I think the show's kind of showing where maybe Miranda and Caleb had their like last romantic moment, and now it's like, oh my god, now the new Miranda and Caleb are meeting under the same tree that
Yeah.
those two
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Maybe it really
What
has nothing to do with where I'm taking it. Maybe it's simply just
Yeah.
showing.
just a flashback.
Yeah, I think maybe we overthink things.
maybe a tad.
Didn't Colin say at the end? He goes, "It can happen, but it can't happen this way." About Miranda coming back
Yes,
to life.
Yeah.
he did.
I
He
think
did say that.
Oh.
So that's a whole other thing that leaves it open.
She can come back to life.
How
Possibly.
though? Maybe she can come back to life if they release original Miranda.
What if?
Maybe that's how it goes.
How would they do that though? Like bring somebody back to life that publicly died? And then they're like,
Oh,
"Oh,
yeah.
just kidding. She was alive in her grave, and we
Been
made a
alive
mistake.
this whole time.
We were bringing her hamburgers."
It's Ravenswood. I doubt anybody would look twice. They'd be like, oh hey.
Yeah.
Hi, girl.
Like, oh, good to see you
What's
again.
up?
Oh, you're back.
Yeah. That happened to my uncle once.
I don't know. I'm interested to see where it's going to go. There's so many cool twists and turns it can take. And it doesn't seem like they're going too cheesy. So that's what I like about it. I would have been pretty upset if Miranda had come back to life. So I'm really glad that it didn't go that way.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Hopefully we'll get another season.
Yeah, we'll be on the lookout for that.
Yeah, and we'll, so make sure to go to iTunes, guys. Download the podcast. It's free. Rate and comment. You can go to YouTube as well. We can keep the conversation going while we're on break from this crazy show, and then hopefully we can, get updates on if and when the show is going to come back. Mm-hmm. So make sure to as always, follow us on all of the social media channels at AfterBuzz TV, and you can always follow me at Kellie with an IE. 079. And where can they find you guys?
You can find me on Twitter at SarahGGG.
You can find me on Twitter at @TheFrancisco, on Instagram at Francisco Thurston, and on Facebook as well.
Yeah, and you know what? If you want to follow me on Instagram too, at Sarah Kate Giraud.
Oh, now it's different.
I just always post our in-studio pictures and stuff on Instagram. People could see whatever,
Yeah. Well, all my stuff is linked. You'll guys see it all on Twitter.
Follow my life everywhere. No, I want you to guys follow me everywhere.
Follow me.
Well, thank you guys so much for hanging out. It's been such a great season. Hopefully we'll get to come back for season 2. Thanks so much for hanging out, and make sure, again, go to all the social media channels, YouTube and iTunes, and keep track of the show and see where we're going to go next.
Yeah.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.